This is him saying that nobody F's with a Biden to a guy who like lost his home and lost all of his earthly possessions in the hurricane. I don't really know exactly what that means, but here Joe Biden is saying it. Oil. Now, I'm not in Florida right now, but I got to tell you, man, I wish that Joe Biden wasn't either. Joe Biden traveled there yesterday to try and, I don't know, console hurricane victims after claiming that he was a Puerto Rican in Puerto Rico. He did exactly the opposite. Joe Biden went down there and made a fool of himself inside of a clown show visit. Now, we've been contacting our sources inside of the DeSantis office, both campaign and the governor's office, having little chats about what is going on behind the scenes in and after this visit. And let me tell you, they're calling it a clown show. They're saying that Joe Biden made a fool of himself and that it was a disaster. They also tell us that DeSantis was disgusted at the politicization of the visit. So let's jump into exactly what Joe Biden did on this visit to Florida's worst hurricane hit in 20 years, the fifth largest hurricane to make landfall in American history. Also, one of the disaster areas that Biden was visiting had over 12 people who lost their lives. I think that the official number is at 47 right now. So it is a very deadly hurricane, but it is worth noting that it's also not something that is insane for Florida, that hurricanes have been hitting Florida since before America was America, since before the Indians were here, since before anyone was in Florida, hurricanes have been hitting Florida. That's just the reality. Hurricanes are actually getting less deadly because of the scientific capacity we have to track them, and the same number of hurricanes hit Florida over the last 10 years that hit Florida in 1860, before we had the internal combustion engine. So just putting all of that into perspective. So Joe Biden, somebody who has been around since 1860, that was the first time that Joe Biden got 10% for the big guy down in Florida. Joe Biden is sitting there, should remember this, but of course he uses this as an opportunity to politicize people's pain because he is an insufferable jackass, and also to curse and swear and be sort of just like a raunchy, old, foul-mouthed, like creepy mafia boss kind of guy. This is him saying that nobody F's with a Biden to a guy who like lost his home and lost all of his earthly possessions in the hurricane. I don't really know exactly what that means, but here Joe Biden is saying it.
Thanks for everything. Coming down, we appreciate it.
By the way,
I'll pick the food.
you read some, I was. No one.
Yeah, goddamn right.
And I can't argue with your brothers outside the house.
That's exactly right.
Right?
That's exactly right.
What do you mean nobody F's with a Biden? What is that supposed to mean? Again, this is like a mafia. It's like what somebody in the mafia would say. All right. Like, so Joe Biden clearly in the later stages of dementia, isn't quite sure what to do or say when he meets people. So what he tries to do is he puts on this like fake bravado, as though the name Biden is some type of holy name around America, as though the name Biden is something to be proud of. Of course, it is not. Nobody F's with Biden, I guess, unless you're Ashley Biden and it's shower time. I don't know. Who else F's with a Biden? We actually were able to put together a montage of people who have F'd with a Biden before. These individuals include, but are not limited to, a staircase, a bicycle, sheiks from the Middle East who are being begged on their knees by Biden to pump more oil, and they told Joe Biden to pump himself directly in his backside, and various other things like a teleprompter. Here is a non-comprehensive list of things that our team was able to come up with that F with a Biden.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping. And there's simply no reason for it. This is the United States of America, for God's sake.
This is Manifest Murph, for God's sake. Joe Biden falling off his bicycle. We're going to go to Brandon Falls today. We're very, very excited about it. We have a special little gift for Brandon Falls and Joe Biden, of course, falling off of every conceivable platform that he could be on. For instance, using a teleprompter on stage. Joe Biden not being able to pronounce the name of this country. Yes, there are many things that F with a Biden, and hopefully we all will be effing over the Biden regime in November of 2022. This is merely 30 days away from the midterm election, so we are going to be really ramping up our content here. Here's what Joe Biden did following his remarks in Fort Myers, Florida. A microphone picked up Biden telling the town's mayor, Ray Murphy, you can't argue with your brother outside the house. The context of the conversation is not immediately clear, other than Murphy thanking the president for his visit to the devastated area and saying, you're GD right, that nobody Fs with a Biden. All right, the nation's first lady, Jill Biden, took a moment from her fashion runway show for her new line of Bed Bath & Beyond shower curtains to console Casey DeSantis in a public display of solidarity on Wednesday. Now, I really like seeing people come together, I guess, in times of disaster. Things should be bigger than politics. We are not for the politicization of this hurricane. That's why we have openly, absolutely ransacked the leftists who have tried to turn this into a screed on global warming or a screed for more taxes. Amy Klobuchar, Don Lemon, we've gone after these people and we've said, I mean, this is just obviously the worst aspect, the most ugliest aspects of politics when people try and use the disaster that strikes all people, black or white. Kamala Harris looking at you saying that we need to dole out disaster aid for the hurricane based on race that strikes people rich and poor. It hurts all Americans. There are times when we can come together and say, yo, hey, listen, maybe we should put politics aside, the colors of the teams aside, and help each other.
Thank you for watching. Our channel is here to meme the libs until they cry and then to meme them crying. Their tears taste like ice cream. We ridicule the establishment, and we do so because of you. Your support keeps us going. So if you liked what you saw, please click the thumbs up. Please punch, subscribe, and ring the bell to let you know when we have a new video. Don't you want us to let you know when we're live? Please check out more of our videos here and sign up for our mailing list in case something happens and the plug gets pulled. We want to be able to keep in touch with you. My name is Benny Johnson, and thank you for watching. Based Patriots, stay free.